Look at him. Look at him. Look at how he walking. Knowing he owe that girl all that money. Look at the watch. Y'all see the watch? Look at the daddy. Oh, everybody is just adore. You know what? Nope.
Hey guys, it's Sublime here, and oh my gosh, I just watched 4 fucking hours of Danish Deception. Now, the real question is, was it a Danish Deception or was it a naive Nigerian? Let's get into it. Oh my sister. I don't even know if I can call her my sister. I think she has another race of sisters. Anyways, I want to initially start off by saying I love how vulnerable she was. She did not have to tell the story. The biggest takeaway that we can take from this situation is how being so desperate can change your life's trajectory. Let's get into it. So here's a little background of the story. Apparently she met him while she was on vacation in Europe in the year of 2022. He portrayed himself as the perfect, handsome Danish suitor. Apparently he had ties to the royal family along with having ties to the Olympics. And soon after they met, they quickly moved into a relationship. Over time, she explains the relationship and how it unraveled to something that had so many red flags involved. Those things consisted of a gambling addiction and him asking for help financially. In conclusion, the Danish guy ended up swindling her and her loved ones out of more than $300,000.
Oh, hell no!
So we're going to take a look at some of these reactions. And then at the end of the video, we're going to start talking about how to avoid desperation, how to never be in that situation.
Deception by now. And I haven't said a word because I make it a point not to speak on or about Black women because it is not my place, right? But her latest video talking about how shocked she is that the Black community is not supporting her. I mean, I just cannot shut up anymore and I have to say something. What you don't understand is that the reason that the Black community is not supporting you is because had this dude been Black, okay, you and your friends that gave him money would never have been in this situation. If this dude were Black, the second that he told you that he was in the Olympics, you would have Googled that shit. The second that he told you that he was royalty, you would have been like, I don't know about that. Let me Google it. The second that you went to his mama's house and it didn't match the home that you expected of a royal person, those would have been huge red flags to you as to, is this guy telling me the truth? If he were Black, you would have done all those things. The reason that you didn't do all those things is because this was a tall white dude that looked like Thor. And you were so enchanted by him and so happy that you had this big white dude in love with you that you didn't want to see the red flag. So miss me with that nonsense that the community that you would have been so prejudiced against had this dude been Black all of a sudden is not supporting you. Yeah, they're not going to support you because the reason you're in this situation is because this dude is white and this is what you wanted for your life and this was your dream. Had he been Black, you wouldn't be here and you know it.
Out of this content? Of course I am. I spoke eloquently, I made sense, and I was real. Girl, Onyeka, like, it's okay just to say, you know what, guys, I was a little dumb. That was dumb of me. That's what actually like connects people to people on the internet. That's what made Risa Tisa so likable and gave her a career after this. Be so for real, girl. You know a little bit of you like the fact that, and hope I'm not overly clucking your tea right now. I'll hold your hand when I say this. We all saw your Instagram, you know, we all see you at the end of all the photos with all your white friends. I'm sure it gave you an ego boost, you know, a social bump when you came in with this tall Danish white man that went to Europe with you in Kenwa. Now you're feeling, you know, more accepted by your white friends. Now you're feeling like, you know, your white friends are feeling like your husband is hot. Let's talk the real reality teens now. His dog is this. His apartments are flooding. They're catching on fire. This one. The IRS is taking his money. He's going to court here. Like, auntie, even you too. You're a Nigerian girl from Dallas that goes to the village. Be so for real. You know you enjoyed a bit of the tease, and that's a part of the reason why you kept it running for so long. And a part of the reason why you didn't even leave him. He had to leave you. Like, sis, I'm not even trying to, like, you know, jump on you. I'm just more saying, if you're going to come with this long story, be for real. I also am a Nigerian American girl raised and socialized around white people. Okay, I went to private schools my whole life. But this kind of talk, all this, I came here to spread awareness. Like, okay, but be so for real. Like, be for real. You didn't like the way the internet is doing what the internet does. But at the end of the day, the internet is comprised of a body of people, just like a jury that has common sense, you know? And we're gonna, you know, investigate the facts of the case. And the facts of the case remain that, girl, cognitive dissonance day. Just admit it. Be like, you know what, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this was a little dumb. Like, yeah, it was actually a little dumb. I enjoyed the social boost. I wanted to be married. I wanted to be, I hang around white people. I wanted to, you know, be associated with white people. It's okay. Nobody's gonna beat you up. But pretending like you're this perfect victim is corny. That's just the thing. So thank you for the paragraph. Yes, I am very proud of my content. I give it up to peasy, squeezy, to leezy. One thing about me and my content, girl, watch my big fat Nigerian wedding, watch Tea with Chi TV, watch Chiato. I really do. I gives it up heavy. But yeah, just like be honest with yourself. You liked it. And that's how you entered it. Pomquem. Okay? Okay. Bye, girl.
Oyenka. Oyenka. My thing is, out of all of this, everything, out of all the episodes, I really concluded y'all need to stop trying to make it seem like you don't want a nigga to provide for you when you do. What are the girlies getting out of choosing sunglasses instead of a Dior bag? What are you getting out of that? Do you feel more of a woman? Do you feel like, I'm trying to understand, baby. I'm sorry. I wish you really got the bag though. Like, no funny shit. That's all I'm thinking about is how you thought you ate by picking sunglasses, Dolce & Gabbana sunglasses instead of a Dior bag. From that moment on forward, I knew that you was just going to get tied up in some fuckery. No shade.
Afraid Onyeka lied to all of you and you fell for it. At least by omission, at the very least. She forgot to tell y'all one very important detail, which is she wanted mixed babies and her mom and dad wanted mixed grandbabies. But you had on blue eyes and blonde hair colored shades, so that's all you could see is the genetics. You were like, oh, these genetics are gonna eat. Damn. $5,000? Not a problem. The genetics are gonna eat. And your mom and dad were like, oh, are you both grandbabies are coming? Or you both grandbabies are coming in the house? Are you daft? Are you taking a piss, fam? What do you mean? You send that man your passport details. Are you mad? And if you're not Nigerian, Ghanaian, African, like, you may need to sit out in the comments and let the Africans explain to you what I'm talking about. Because what do you mean your mom and dad were offering to pay for the traditional and this and that and the third? Typically, the bride's family is not forking up a motherfucking dime for a wedding. And don't insert Temi or Tedala. Don't talk about rich people. That's different. Like, my daughter's gonna have what they have different. Typically, the groom is showing up with a dowry. You're paying my dad for raising me, my mom for taking care of me, all that stuff. You're paying my cousins for playing with me. You're paying my uncles for... You're paying people just to take me out the home. Like, you're taking the prize out of the home, so you're paying. In no world is anybody from the bride's family paying for a canopy, a plastic chair, a schnapp, a goat, nothing. The bride's family is not forking up a dime. So the fact that her mom and dad were willing to pay for whatever crazy work, okay? Also, we would never be here if this man was black, African, person of color, whatever, because you would have never lent him $1, let alone 5, 10, 15, 20,000, 30, however much you ended up loaning him. A black man would have never been brave enough to go ask your friends, husbands and stuff for money. They most especially wouldn't have given it to him. I'm not even making this up. I don't know this girl from Adam, never met her, and I dare her to come on here and say I'm lying. If this man was black, if this man was African, if this man was from your damn tribe, from your same village, we wouldn't be here because you wouldn't even look at him, let alone send your passport fucking details. What do you mean? You know why you really lost me? When you had the nerve to talk about something, you were going to the village and he was packing a Rolex watch and you were like, do you know where you're going? We're going to the village. They're going to rob you. Oh, whoa. Now you're trying to stop the hustle of your people. I'm kidding. Now, they definitely would have robbed his ass. But the reason he was bringing that watch is he knew it wasn't motherfucking real. But honestly, though, yeah, just say you wanted mixed babies and we will let it go. But you coming on here. Oh, and I have the nerve to talk about something. I took his passport so he couldn't leave, huh? I see you posting about you finally left him and you have peace. No, my love, he left you. How he leave you? Also, very brave of you to be taking trips when you owe somebody money. People are like, oh, she's an African. How did it? Because she's not an African. She's an Africant. Every time I saw you tuck your braids behind your ears, I knew what time it was. Crypto and Kryptonisha, you could have never been in the living room talking about, oh my God, we're gonna fix this. If that was a black man, you would have detached. You would have removed yourself from the situation. I don't know how you came to the conclusion of royal title and $400,000 pay. My sister, if somebody has a $400,000 pay job, they don't borrow $3,000 from you. Hello? Amen? The family is rich. The family is rich. Royal titles. Oh, he kept showing me screenshots and emails. You ever heard of Fiverr? You ever heard of Canva? You ever heard of any type of editing app, tool, PixArt? Email, girl, I could create an email right now. Esquire, who, JD from who. Send over an email. Yeah. Tax document, this, that. That's what you saw? How was the apartment that you Googled that wasn't his apartment already not sending you in the deep end? Oh, he's gonna sell the 2 apartments in Copenhagen. They don't exist, my love. The business account doesn't exist. And after all that, he left you? Yeah. Okay. All right.
If that man
Okay.
never left, she will still be there. She'll be there. She'll be doing TikTok content. Get ready with us. That wedding that they were planning to do, she would have posted the wedding. Even if that man was still taking money from her, she would have been there. She would have had kids for him. She did not want to leave. That man had to leave her. Like, do you know what it means for a man to scam you and all your family members? Almost like $500,000. Go on free trips on your expense. Make you quit your job. Ruin your whole financial everything. And then say, okay, I'm done. Get a green card. Let's not forget that. Got a green card out of you. And then he left you. He asked you for your passport information so you can go to Monaco for a business trip with him. And you just give your passport information like that. First of all, who does that? Like, in what world is that normal for you to give a random person your passport information? Why can't he send you the money to book the flights? And trust me, if that man was in Nigeria, or that man was in India, or that man was in just like from any country that is known for scamming or anything like that, you wouldn't send that. You wouldn't send that information. But because he's a white man. He's a white man. The way she even described him, oh, he looked like a model, the best man I laid my eyes on. So because of how he looks, you just assume that he wouldn't do anything. He told you his royalty, you didn't Google it. You didn't Google. He said he went to the Olympics, you didn't do your findings. You didn't do your findings. And this man tells you whether millionaire or billionaire, whatever he says, he has money, he's royalty, went to the Olympics, his family is this, his family is that. And then he's asking you for $6,000. What millionaire needs $6,000 from you? Why? And why did you feel the need to prove so much that, oh, I'm not here for the money, so because of that I'm going to be... This man didn't even ask you yet. You started volunteering that you want to, let me give you the money. He knows that he wants to scam you, but you're just making it easy for him, that you're volunteering your money to him when you don't know the man. Even the things that she was excited about, oh, he ate my rice and stew and he handled the pepper. Girl, the bar is in hell. The bar is in hell. At the point that she got married to him, she barely knew him. You've known him for what, like 3-4 months? Do you realize what 3-4 months is? Like, people get married after 5 years and they still don't know everything about their partner. You didn't know anyone from his life. You have never spoken to his mom, even over the phone. You have gone to go and call immigration people, you want to do paperwork, you want to go and apply for spouse visa for somebody that you don't know his mother, you don't know his father, you don't know his sisters, you don't know anything. And the lies that he was even saying is literally things that you could debunk with literally like a 5-second Google search. You'll be able to like discover that this man is lying. If someone tells me, oh, I was in the Olympics, I'll be like, are you serious? Let me see a picture. Or like, you didn't see any pictures? No pictures to prove royalty. Nothing online. Nothing, like no Olympics picture. Nothing. And then the part that pisses me off, even after he defrauded your friend's husband of $200,000, you still stayed. Not only did you stay, but you went to be planning more trips. You use your credit card. You use your credit card to sponsor a man that says he's a millionaire in the royal family on holiday. Then on top of that, you quit your job, quitting the job of $150,000 a year, based on the hope that when the money comes, he'll take care of you. Girl. And then the audacity of you guys to really go on holiday and be posting your trip with aesthetic picture and aesthetic background when you're owing somebody $200,000. And then on top of that, he scammed all your family members. And like, how did he even scam them? Don't they talk to themselves? They don't talk to each other. They don't talk within themselves, or they don't talk to you, or like, how did he convince your little sister to give him $3,000 for him to get a gift for you? Like, are we missing some points, or is this just like maybe I'm overthinking it, or maybe you guys are underthinking clearly? And then to make everything worse, after you realize he has a gambling addiction, you realize he's a liar, you realize everything about this man, he ended the relationship with you, and you were begging. Even FBI can never get that type of information out of me. You are begging this man, you even hid his passport. After you figured out he's a liar, you saw the account, he had 36 cents, I've been at 34 cents, I've been 20. He had cents in his account. This is a millionaire. Throughout the story, she was even saying, oh, we owed 200,000. You didn't know shit. That man owed you money, owed your friends money, and you still stayed and you were still begging him. You just want love so badly that you lower your standards.
All I need to say about the Danish Deception is, as a Hispanic, we gossip way too much. Like, there's no way your husband would go around asking people for money and nobody would have found out. Like, if we had somebody like in the family, like a husband going around asking people for money, everybody would have found out. That sister would have told the mother, the cousin, the uncle, the family in Mexico would have known. Family in California, family, random places would know. Like, everybody would know. It would basically be a Facebook post. Might as well go Facebook Live. Tell everybody.
time I've heard a woman go through it, like she's going through with this man, like her boundaries, herself, her identity is out the window, blah, blah, blah. I just need to see a picture of this man. And every single time I look at the picture, that man is 100 times more attractive than the girl itself. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to be mean. I'm just being honest, okay? Anytime a man treated me poorly, he was very attractive looking, way attractive, much more attractive. Maybe he fit the beauty standard. Like you might be like, Auntie, he's not even that cute. Fair. But he fits the beauty standard and I don't. The guy was always more attractive than me. Ladies, never, ever, ever date a guy who is more attractive than you are. And if he knows that it's over, it's game over. I feel like Onika dated this man because she thought it was cool to have a white man. It's cool to have like this golden retriever, 6'5". Like the way she described him, she sees him this way. We don't. I don't see him as a Calvin Klein model. Hello. I expected him to be like Tatum or the guy in Thor, I don't know, Liam Hemsworth. This is what he looks like. She thinks she hit the lottery. And I feel like she dated this man just to be that person in her circle to brag, like, look who I'm with. He picked me. I got picked. I got chosen and you didn't. This is a type of, like an archetype of women. If you know, you know. They don't choose these men based on how educated, how intelligent they are, or how kind they are, how thoughtful they are. It's simply based on looks, how attractive he is. A guy asks you for money. He doesn't like you. He doesn't think you're all that. It's simple as that. He thinks that he's hot, he's attractive, and he can do better. Honestly, I'm into medium ugly guys these days. The more attractive he is, the more he acts out. And I don't like that. The prettiest girls I know, still wifey, still very loyal. They have stunning bodies, stunning faces. Like they literally look like the face app, like photoshopped in real life. They're very loyal and they know they're pretty. They know they're stunning and they're not cheating on their man. But if a man is attractive and he knows that he's attractive, he is going to take you for a ride. And I also think that men like that will never settle down. Like they will be a bachelor till like 49, 50. Like they will run out till their looks can stay with them. They really will extend it. Or they're more attractive to women as they get older. So that they're hot at like 18 and they're hot at 25 and 35 and 65. They're going to keep going. They're never going to settle down. They're never going to marry. So it is what it is. I also think that she was dating him as a status symbol thing. And I think it's like a pattern that runs in their family because this is her sister. And this is so interesting. I think it's very telling is all I'm going to say.
Ever since I set foot on American soil at 12 years old, I knew American women were built different. And I don't really still know what that difference is, but it definitely has something to do with being able to withstand mass amounts of humiliation from men. And that's why I will not be commenting on the Danish Deception, because I am so far removed from a world where I would ever give a man any amount of money that what am I going to tell you? That's a perspective that I just genuinely don't possess. Because what do you mean you gave money to a man? Men are the original resource hoarders. That's how they started the entire patriarchy. That's how they've always controlled or attempted to control women, is by taking away our resources. And you're saying you gave them to a man willingly? I can't commentate on that. Like, as a Slavic woman, I'm so far removed from that, because where I'm from, resources were scarce and you could see exactly how men would hoard those resources. If you give a man money, like, a man shouldn't even be allowed to have his own money, let alone be taking your money. What are men going to do with money? What's money to a man? Like, what does he need it for? Nothing other than controlling women or tomfoolery. Where I'm from, men give women all of their money, because women know better than to let men have any money. You want a woman, you give her all your money. That's rule number one of dating. If a man needs your money, he's a scammer. Like, literally, he's a scammer. It's like making it past that first step and giving a man your hard-earned money means that you're ready to be scammed. Like, I'm not going to say you deserve it, but I'm just saying you're the prime target. Like, of course he's going to scam you. You gave him your money. That's all he needs. And then what are you doing? You're paying to have a man around? That's another thing, is like, if I ever even got past that first step and I gave a man some money, it would be because he's on the street and he has a dog. That's it. I'm not going to keep giving him money. I'm not going to date him. I'm not going to pay to be in that man's presence. I have given him a couple dollars out of pity. That's it. That's it. That's the only way we're making it past that first step of me giving a man money to begin with. You're telling me you kept giving a man money so he would stick around? Unfortunately, y'all are missing all the basics here in America, and nobody's teaching you any better. And then y'all end up in these situations, and I just can't. There's nothing I can say other than stay safe out there and never give a man your money. There's nothing else to commentate on in that whole series, which I'm going to be honest with y'all, I didn't watch even like 10 seconds of it. Somebody tagged me and I looked in the caption. I saw a monetary figure. As soon as I knew that money was involved, as in a woman was giving money to a man, I clicked out of there so fast. Literally, rule number one, a man asking you for money, he just wants your money. Stay safe out there, ladies. Godspeed.
Ladies, the Danish Deception went viral for a reason. It showed exactly what happens when a woman ignores her instincts, something that we have that we're born with. It shows what happens when you're so desperate for love, so desperate for the approval of the opposite race. I won't get too much into that, but it just shows so many red flags within her. So I honestly think that she has a lot of growth to do and a lot of self-acceptance to do. The way that she showed desperation is by believing every single fantasy that guy sold her. Every single one. Oh, I'm an Olympian. I come from a royal family. I own apartments. You know, I'm going to get $300,000 from this apartment deal that I'm involved in. She wanted to believe in everything. And honestly, something tells me that she knew exactly what she got herself involved with. She wanted that picture perfect thing to post online, okay? You can tell that she's been looking for a white king, a white savior all of her life, and that's her thing. If she wants that, go get it. But at the same time, I think it becomes an issue when you put that need above your sanity, above your finances, above your self-respect. I think that's when it becomes problematic. She let this man borrow hundreds of thousands of dollars from her family, her loved ones. And she did this all because she did not want her dream to collapse. That's not love, baby. That's self-betrayal. So I'm making this video because it's so important to keep your boundaries tight. Never betray yourself for someone else's needs. It's never worth it. Also, never mix romance with your finances. If a man ever needs your money, he's not your partner. He's a liability. Let him go. And the moment that your intuition ever whispers to you, telling you that something doesn't feel right, something is off here, don't take that as a suggestion. Take that as a fact. Listen to yourself. What are y'all thoughts? What do y'all think about the situation? Do you think that she was naive, that she was just blinded by love? How do you feel? Where do you think that she went wrong? Where do you think that she could have done right? Let me know.